Little Bill's Big Choice. One morning before school, Little Bill heard the telephone ringing. "Little Bill, you have a phone call," his mother called. "It's your friend Monty." Little Bill hurried downstairs and picked up the telephone. A minute later, Little Bill hung up the phone and ran to find his mother. "Guess what, Mama?" he said breathlessly. "Monty has an extra ticket for the baseball game tomorrow. Can I go with him?" Little Bill's mother reached for her calendar. "That sounds wonderful, Little Bill. But aren't you going on a picnic with Kiku tomorrow?" Little Bill's face fell. "Oh no, that's right," he said. "I really want to go to the ball game with Monty, but I really want to have a picnic with Kiku too." Little Bill's mother nodded. "Well, baby," she said, "I guess you're going to have to make a choice." "Which should I choose?" Little Bill asked his mother. "That's up to you," she answered. "But you already said yes to Kiku, and I'm sure you don't want to disappoint her." "That's true," said Little Bill, "but I don't want to disappoint Monty either." "As long as you're honest with your friends, I'm sure they'll understand," his mother said. "Now we'd better hurry, or you'll be late for school." "I wish I could go to the ball game and the picnic," Little Bill thought to himself as he walked to school. "If there were two of me, I can do both." Soon Little Bill arrived at school. Kiku saw him and waved cheerfully. "Hi, Little Bill. I can't wait for our picnic tomorrow," she called. Little Bill waved back, but he couldn't think of anything to say. A funny nervous feeling in his stomach was making all his words go away. All day in school, Little Bill thought about what he should do. Every time he looked at Kiku, the strange nervous feeling came back. "I don't know what to do," he thought to himself. "I have to choose, but how do I choose between my friends?" Finally, near the end of the school day, Kiku walked over to Little Bill. "Little Bill, you're acting funny," she said. "What's the matter?" Little Bill gulped. Then he remembered what his mother had said about being honest. Little Bill took a deep breath, then his words came tumbling out. "It's just that Monty invites me to a baseball game tomorrow," he told Kiku. "I want to go on a picnic with you, but I don't want to disappoint Monty," Little Bill continued. "I can't do both at the same time, and there's only one of me, so I have to choose." The words kept rushing out until he had told Kiku everything. Kiku was quiet for a moment. "A baseball game is really special, Little Bill," she said at last. "We could go on a picnic any time." Little Bill smiled. "But Kiku, a picnic is special too," he said. And just like that, he knew what he would do. "I don't want to miss the picnic," he said. "Maybe Monty and I can go to a ball game some other time." Walking home from school, Little Bill told his great-grandmother Alice the Great about his day. "Kiku asked me first, so I'm going to the picnic," he explained. "But now I have to tell Monty I can't go to the game." Alice the Great looked thoughtful. "Little Bill," she said, "are you sure there's no way you can do both?" At home, Little Bill thought about what his great-grandmother had said. "Well, I can't be in two places at the same time," he said slowly. "That's true," Alice the Great agreed. "But can you be in two places at different times?" She winked at Little Bill. "Think it over," she encouraged. "Maybe there's a great idea just waiting to jump into your head." Little Bill thought hard. Two places at two different times. Suddenly his face lit up. Alice the Great Will you help me call Kiku's house? He asked. I don't think I have to choose it at all. Alf the Great dialed Kiku's number. Hi, Kiku, Little Bill said. I have an idea. Could we have our picnic after the baseball game? Sure, Little Bill, Kiku said. Hey, just had an idea too. The next afternoon, Little Bill and Monty sat in the stands with Monty's grandmother, watching their favorite baseball team. The Blue Sox are the best. They're going to win, Little Bill yelled happily. Monty and Little Bill waved to their banners. Go, Blue Sox! They cheered as loud as they could. After the game, they drove to the park where Kiku and her grandmother were waiting. Thanks for inviting me to your picnic, Monty said as he ate his hot dog. Yeah, that was a great idea, Kiku, and thanks for taking me to the game, Monty, Little Bill said happily. I'm so glad I got to choose both of you. Goodbye, friend.